Hey, it's Johnny Marks. Thank you so much for checking out the Marks in the Morning podcast. Remember, you can listen to myself, Kerri, Mac, and JP weekdays from 6 to 10 live on K92.3.
It's time to get your day started. This is Marks in the Morning on K92.3.
Can I get a countdown?
3, 2, 1. And the coffee's ready here. We're all ready to roll. It's Marks in the Morning. Well, wait, is the coffee... Let me ask you. Hey, JP, do you have any... Yeah, you got your coffee.
I didn't get the big boy today. I got
What
the
is
20-ouncer.
Who are you?
It's one of those things where I they have like 12, 16, 20, and I don't... What's the big one? 26?
Yeah.
28 ounces? I actually sat there for 30 minutes. Well, stood there, not 30 minutes, 30 seconds looking at it. I'm like, which one do I need today? Not a want, a need. Which one do I need?
No, I feel you. And you didn't go big.
No, I went semi-big. And the next two, the big boy.
Quasi-big.
Yes.
And then Kerri Mac over here, who doesn't drink a lot of caffeine. I am always impressed by your morning drink, which is water.
Yeah, I love ice water because I'm basic.
Or is that what's running through your veins?
I think that's what's running through my veins.
You know, when you wake up right away and you go out in public and your brain and your mouth aren't quite in sync?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm paying for my coffee, and the guy says, "Do you have your rewards card?" And my answer was, "You sure bet I am." He didn't even pause. I think he knew, like, oh, this guy just woke up.
Yeah.
I'm like, "You sure bet I am?" Like, that doesn't even make sense.
Hey, you were at, Quick Start for that?
Yeah.
Are they back to 24/7? Because I know for a while they were closing at night.
At 4 a.m. they were open, so...
Yeah, I think they are. Maybe most locations. Anyway, welcome to Marks in the Morning. It's Friday. It's a few minutes after 6, and we got a lot of good stuff on the show today. Our last chance to win that Silver Eagle gift card when we play Gender Bender today. That's at 7:35, or at least that's when we take our callers. Also, I want to talk a little bit about something we're doing next week. Not only are we celebrating St. Patrick's Day, all next week we are giving away Eli Young Band tickets. We're going to tie those two in together. So I kind of want to explain what we're doing, because you've probably been hearing us talking about it a little bit. That's coming up on the show. Here on the mighty K92.3, the Cedar Valley's #1 for New Country. Friday is here.
You know what 100 days from right now is?
Summer.
Yes,
Hey.
First day of summer.
100 days from now is summer. Okay, so we still have spring here in 10 days? 9 days. I think we're 9 days away from spring.
Next Saturday, so it'd be 8.
8 days away.
Yeah.
And then we're just 2 days away from daylight saving time, where we'll spring forward.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun stuff. This is a fun time of the year. Obviously, we have St. Patty's Day next week. We had last month, what's it called? Mardi Gras or Fat Tuesday or whatever. So we're in the fun time of the year. Easter's just around the corner. There's a lot to look forward to. I wonder what you are most excited about. Here's what I'm really excited about. It's not a holiday, but more of a state of mind. Things are reopening and getting a little bit closer to normal each day. And maybe we're lucky here in Northeast Iowa. I know in other parts of the country, it's not quite the same. But we have concerts coming. We have announcements of more concerts. Every couple days, it seems like another artist is announcing a big show. So I think there's a lot to get excited about. Me personally, I want to go back to a baseball game. And I love the Waterloo Bucks, but I'm talking Major League Baseball. I'd love to go to Target Field up in Minnesota and see my hometown Twins. I'm sure you'd love to go see a Cubs game, even if it's down in St. Louis or whatever. I miss that. I miss not sports. Sports is great, and we've had sports. We're about to have a big tournament next week, start up March Madness, but I miss being there to see it. It's just not the same on TV. It's especially not the same with no crowd.
I don't mind watching it on TV, but I need the crowd. I love to, like, if there's a home run in the bottom of the ninth, a walk-off homer, I want to hear the crowd roar, not a fake crowd piped in like they did last year.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't even think I want to go to a game with 20% or 30% capacity. To me, that's sad. I want to go when it's a full crowd, or as good as the team is, the crowd merits the quality of the team. That's when I want to go. I don't really want to see anything with a small stadium. Texas, did you see? I think was it the Rangers? They're going to allow full crowds. They're not going to put any limits on anything. They're really going, to the wall here.
Well, in Texas, they're full blown open, aren't they? Yeah.
I think as of Wednesday, as of a couple days ago, they're full blown open. You're right. So, again, it varies by region. Up here in Iowa, though, a lot of things have reopened. And so if you are a fan of the Bucks and parades and all that fun summer stuff, I know Sturgis Falls is already on the calendar, or we'll be there for that. So there's a lot to look forward to. It's Marks in the Morning. I have got random facts are coming up. Here in Iowa, we were just talking about seasons. We're blessed with all four, or cursed. And you maybe, as the weather gets nicer, are going to want to leave work a little early. Maybe today because it's Friday. Maybe you're thinking after Memorial Weekend. I used to work at a radio station where from Memorial Day to Labor Day, the sales team didn't work Fridays. They didn't come in at all. It was a day off. They had 3-day weekends because they figured their clients that they called on were going to be at the wherever. Because this was up in Fargo where they have winter all the way up till about June, right? So they have to enjoy their summers. Very precious. So they didn't work. Well, if that's you, if you were looking for a little extra time away from the office, I'm going to give you some tips, okay? And I don't know that most of these would work on me, but I'll tell you what they are coming up. Random facts. Mark's in the morning. Before we do random facts, a shout out to Cedar Falls, to the boys basketball team. Class 4A, they were undefeated until yesterday when Johnston beat them. Now, if you subscribe to the Des Moines Register, if you haven't opened your paper yet, don't look at the sports headline. I'll read it to you.
Yeah, not good.
This might make you angry. Johnston stomps number 1 Cedar Falls to reach Class 4A final. Unfortunately, they did. At halftime, it was 31-17. The final was 64-51. So Cedar Falls did some catching up Thursday night. But our best to the boys and good season.
Applington Parkersburg boys also lost yesterday in the semifinals. Yeah.
Well, shout out to both boys and girls. Girls tournament's obviously over, but to the boys, congrats on getting this far. And here's to another great season next year.
Johnny's got some random facts.
Here's to getting out of work early. Okay, so let me set the scenario for you. You're perfectly healthy. Everybody in the family's healthy. You're caught up with work and you want to leave early. You don't have a good excuse. You just want to go. How do you go about doing it? Well, a survey was done on different bosses throughout the U.S., different professions, and bosses were asked, what is a reasonable line an employee can use on you? And you will say, sure, you can leave work early. And here were the top responses. First and foremost, you need to be realistic, meaning you need to think about how early you want to leave, make sure it sounds reasonable, and don't just on a whim go, I think I'll email my boss and see if he'll let me know. You got to think it through. Think it through. And give him a decent reason. Explain to your boss what you've done. I did X, 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 whatever on the list, and I'm finished. I'm just going to sit around, Be professional. Even if you're friends with your boss, don't be too casual about it. Don't act entitled. Don't beg. Just explain why you need to leave or want to leave. You don't really need to. And be prepared. Here's another one for them to say no. Don't give up if they say no. I mean, stay at work, but maybe next week, ask again. Have you ever tried leaving? Here we have things a little different here. We come and go. People come and go all the time from work. But have you ever tried using a, hey, I'm just going to, I'd like to leave early excuse, and has it ever worked?
One time I told my boss that my gas problem was very bad, so he let me go.
We're talking gas from your car?
Like stomach issues.
Oh.
And it was a complete lie. But no one wants to be around that, so it worked.
Oh,
well, now I'll remember that if you ever use that line again.
But then I thought, this is great. I could do this more than once now.
What you need to do is just get a bunch of balloons and quietly in your office. And people are like, oh, no, JP's got his stomach issues again. He needs to go.
Oh, no. I've never had to leave work early. I've never
because of gas problems.
When I have real gas problems, I wait it out like a man, JP. Like a man.
The next couple suggestions were if you still have some work to do, but you really want to leave for whatever reason, try to find somebody to cover for you and offer to do the same for them next time. Meaning, if you want to, go when it's summertime and hit a golf course or hit one of the beaches, we have, in Cedar Falls, a little beach or something, make sure you offer to that coworker, hey, next week you do it. Then just hope it rains so they don't leave, right? Anyways, those are some tips you can use, and good luck. If they work, great. If not, you can always go with, I have gas. Apparently,
it worked.
Surefire way to get out of work. Kerri and I are just going to back up a little bit here, JP.
I like how you said, be prepared if your boss says no. And right away I started giggling because I would say, well, I'm leaving anyways. just go. It's more of a common courtesy thing, just saying, I'm letting you know I am leaving.
Where did James go? I think he said he was leaving. What? I said he can't leave. All right. Good luck. It's Marks in the Morning. We'll be back with news and weather next. Kelsey Ballerini, Luke Bryan, and much more on the way.
I'm Marin.
It is Friday. Thank you so much for checking us out. National Proofreading Day was earlier this week. I was talking to somebody this morning. I'd give him a shout. I can't remember his name. There's a young man from Jessup that wants to job shadow. and I don't know which station in this building. So I responded to him and I said, which of our 4 stations would you like to come see? And I spelled 4 F-O-R. I spelled it F-O-R. I did not proofread.
Johnny, how do I tell you this?
Oh, go ahead and say it however you want.
You can't type sometimes.
I know.
You make so many spelling mistakes.
All right, yeah.
Was it one of those things like as you hit send, you realized that you spelled it? Like you're like, no, and it was too late.
I did. So I responded to my own email and I said, I meant 4 F-O-U-R. I should have wrote F-O-R-E like in golf.
Oh, no.
Anyways, it's National Proofreading. I think it was a couple days ago, but clearly I did not. It didn't work for me.
Nope.
National Proofreading Day. And in answer, to your point there, Kerri, I send a lot of emails and I have to send them sometimes very quickly. So I don't always proofread. But if they're inter-office emails, I'm not too concerned. I want to try your skills at proofreading. And this time I'm off the hook because I'll be the host here. I want to give you a word with a spelling, and you tell me if I'm spelling it correctly. Okay?
Okay.
Your first word is publicly, and I'll spell it publicly. We all know what publicly means. P-U-B-L-I-C-A-L-L-Y, publicly. Is that correct?
Oh, no. Now I'm questioning myself. Oh, no. I think it's P-U-B. Yeah, no, it's not. There's no A. There's no A in there.
JP?
Yeah, no A, and you said 2 L's at the end. That's
you
incorrect.
got it. Nice job. You're both right. I added an A and I added another L, publicly.
It takes 2 grown adults to figure out how to spell publicly.
All right, Pharaoh. The Egyptian pharaohs. F-A-R-A-O-H. F-A-R-A-O-H. Pharaoh.
That's like Mia Farrow. That's incorrect. It's P-H-A-R.
You're right. Yep. All right. Definitely.
Oh,
Definitely.
no.
This one gets me a lot. I spelled defiantly a lot. D-E-F-I-N-I-T-E-L-Y. Definitely. Did I definitely spell that right or not?
I think you added too many I's, but that's another word that messes me up.
I'll give it to you one more time. D-E-F-I-N-I-T-E-L-Y.
I think it's T-L-E-Y.
Okay. So final answer, I'm wrong?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nope, that's right.
Dang it. See, I always screw that one up.
A lot of people think the second I is an A. So that may be...
Define it, Lily.
Yeah, it would be, but it's still, and it trips me up.
See,
All right.
I need to see it. Just
Yeah.
hearing it, I can't comprehend.
Yeah, you're cheating. You're cheating.
No, I am. I'm just seeing your skills. If they're you spell it in your brain.
You're defiantly cheating.
I'll give you another one. Government. G-O-V-E-R-M-E-N-T. G-O-V-E-R-M-E-N-T. Government.
It's govern.
Yes, there's an N.
You got it. Yep. After the R, there's an N. Government. Okay. Separate. This will be your last one.
Ooh,
Separate.
This is another one that gets me.
Yeah, separate. S-E-P-A-R-A-T-E. Separate.
I think that's correct.
Is there a difference between separate and separate?
Separate.
No, it's the same word, just how you pronounce it.
Okay.
It's like live and live.
Oh, like live, laugh, love. Gotcha. Yeah, I think it's correct.
It is, right?
Yeah.
I've got one for you.
Yeah.
This when we were talking about how Johnny always messes up when he types things.
Not always.
I kept this from last summer, and I actually have it pulled up.
Oh.
He was writing a serious story about coronavirus, and
yeah.
I'm going to read you what Johnny had written.
Oh,
if
man.
you suspect you may have the coronavirus, you can get a free test at the Black Hawk County Test, Iowa. Lactation. He meant to write location,
Yeah, I did.
and he wrote lactation.
Well,
so quickly I went and, because he published this on the internet, so I'm like, you wrote lactation instead of location. You may want to update that. But
yeah.
I screenshot it. I kept it.
Thanks.
Oh my gosh! I've gone in and like edited some of his stuff because I seen this.
Like, you edit it, don't even tell him.
I
You're
know.
supposed to tell me because it's all right. We'll talk about that off the air. We'll be back in a minute on Marks in the Morning. Actually, give us 3 minutes because we're going to give you Lee Bryce and then Nashville News. Hey, Kerri, do you have a tease for us on Nashville News?
Yes, we do. It's about our very good friend. I think he's my best friend now, Justin Moore.
Oh, he's your best. Oh, all right. Did he follow you back on social media?
No, he didn't. Please follow me, please.
All right, we'll be back with a Justin Moore story next at 6:45. All next week, Monday through Friday at 8:15. We're going to have your chance to win Eli Young Man tickets, EYB, in Cedar Rapids, March 24th. Yeah, it's a Wednesday night. That's all right. It's a few weeks away, so let's hope the weather's nice. Short drive down to Cedar Rapids. Enjoy a night with the Eli Young Band. Social distancing still enacted. And all next week, we're going to play a game called BYOB for EYB. I want to put that in your head now, about an hour before we're going to play, of course, next week. It's about 7:10 now, because we're going to talk about it a little later in the show. But I want, if you're not able to listen, A, make plans to try to listen next week after 8. And B, make plans to check out the K92.3 app later because all the info is going to go up. It's a very easy contest. And we're going to have a little fun with not only EYB and BYOB, but St. Patrick's Day. We're going to celebrate all weekend next weekend. So about 8:15 each day next week, you can win tickets. Check back on the K92.3 app later for more info. And, of course, we'll have all the info Monday morning. Okay, Genius Awards in 5 minutes. Gender Bender coming up in 25 minutes. We were talking a little bit off the air. I'm sure everybody in this studio is aware of what a deep fake is, right? It's a visual thing that we've all seen. They've done it in Star Wars and Marvel movies for a long time. They did it in that Disney Tron movie with Jeff Bridges like a decade ago.
Yeah.
So it's not a new thing, but it's becoming more and more accessible to the general public. And yesterday, my dad sent me something from a website called myheritage.com, and you can animate faces from your past. So he sent me a picture of my grandfather and grandmother from 1946. 1946. Unfortunately, they're both gone. But in 1946, they were very young, way before my dad was born and his brother, who's older and all that. And he had it come to life. And I think it was maybe for him, it made him feel very good. It was creepy for me, but I watched it a few times. I showed these two in the studio, but it is pretty cool. Not giving them a plug. They're not paying for anything. And you do have to pay. Otherwise, you get like one or two for free. But it's pretty neat. Did you think it was cool, or do you think it's just creepy and not something you'd want to do with the deceased relative?
I feel like if you knew them, it might be a little bit better and less creepy. But for someone, I know if some of my grandparents were animated like this, I would just be like, this is really creepy because my entire memory and experience with them is just through photos.
Right.
Yeah,
so to see it come to life.
You hit on it when you said for you it was kind of creepy, but your dad enjoyed it. I think if I took my grandpa's photo and did that and sent it to my dad, he might. I don't know how he would feel because it'd be. He's been gone like 20 plus years now, so I think my dad it could go either way. He might enjoy it, or like that's kind of weird.
And I think my dad's very tech savvy, but I think if I showed my mom, unfortunately both of my grandparents / her parents are gone. I think if I showed her, it would creep her out because she hasn't really grasped the idea that that's something that could be done.
Oh.
My dad's a big tech guy, so for him, he's like, oh, this is cool. And he actually pays for it, so he keeps sending me videos, right? He can download them. Anyways, it's called Deep Nostalgia, My Heritage Deep Nostalgia. So if you want to check it out, they give you like 2 or 3 for free. I didn't realize this, so I wasted mine. I did myself, and then I tried getting Butthead from Beavis and Butthead.
You said you were doing like animated, so I was wondering where you were going.
It didn't work, and I think they took away one of my freebies.
I will say the animation you showed of your grandfather, it's kind of slow. I mean, it is. It's not like I'm turning my head left and right in real time. It's a little bit slower. You could tell it's animated, but it's very well done.
It is. It is, and like they'll open their mouth, their eyes move, they'll smile.
Yeah, the smile is it's almost borderline creepy, but it's very warming, I guess you could say, to see a smile from a deceased relative.
It is pretty, it's cool. So check it out if that's your thing. Again, if it's not, then be warned, somebody in your family might show you one. So you'll probably end up seeing it because I think Friday, what a nice day so far. Lots of sunshine. I know it's not going to be as nice as a couple days ago, but hey, even though there was some of that S-word snow in the forecast, really most of the weekend should be nice. So get out, maybe get on the deck this weekend. That's what we're going to do. and have some fun. Have a couple cold ones if that's your thing. Spend some time with friends if you're comfortable doing that. And enjoy, because, as well as I do, that in Iowa, these seasons, these nice days, especially in March, kind of fleeting.
Well, we were spoiled with the record high temps on Tuesday and Wednesday. I mean, even this weekend's supposed to be 50s, I think. That's still
gonna be
way
nice.
above normal. I think normal high's like 43, 44.
Yeah. This will be the shortest weekend of the year because they're going to lose an hour with daylight savings time. So, I'm sorry, I put the S on there. I know people don't like that. Daylight saving time. So just be sure you enjoy the best you can. And maybe, just maybe, you will have a couple cold ones and you'll be able to nominate yourself next week on the show for a Genius Award. What is a Genius Award? In a kind of an abridged version, it's you giving an award either to yourself or somebody else for doing something stupid. That's why we ironically call it the Genius Award. That's really about it. There's no actual award that we're going to send out to you, but it's a chance to put it on the radio and make yourself feel better about being stupid. So, anybody in the studio have a Genius Award, or it can be for somebody else?
I have to nominate intern Aaron / intern Skyscraper.
Our buddy intern Skyscraper, who's here. He's got his headphones on, though.
Yeah, he probably can't even hear. I like this. Oh, now he took them off.
Now he can hear us.
listening.
He's like, I hear someone talking about me.
All right, what did he do?
So I was talking to him. I like to.
He's shaking his head. He knows.
Oh, he knows this story. This will be good.
In the morning, he hangs out in here with me, and we talk. We talk a lot about different stuff. And I was telling him about some of the stuff we're talking about on the show. And I told him, I asked him, what hill will you die on? Because that's something we'll be discussing later.
Yeah,
and he's
it
like,
is.
the university hill. And I was like, oh, that's so funny. I get it, because it's a hill, blah, blah, blah. Apparently, he never heard that before, and that was his genuine response.
Oh.
The hill that you die on?
Yeah.
It's like, when you're fighting a battle, not a serious one,
Yeah.
there should be a 4-day work week. I'll die on that hill. That was Kerri's, what she was saying the other day.
I don't know if I've ever heard that either.
Oh.
Well, his response was just too funny. He said, the university hill.
Well,
College hill.
unfortunately, that's proven to be accurate.
But he
So-
just,
Yeah.
because it's so deep or whatever. So
Oh, well, there you go. We love Aaron. Poor Aaron was, I think, JP nominated for a Genius Award when he ran into him in the hallway.
Oh, and he spilled water
his
all over
a
himself.
couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Aaron has gotten 2 Genius Awards, and he hasn't nominated himself for any of them.
I'm sorry. But
Oh, no, it's okay. He's a very nice guy. I have to nominate my neighbor. I won't say their name, but it was very windy in the Cedar Valley. I live in Cedar Falls, but the whole Cedar Valley, very windy. Our trash day is Thursday, yesterday, but Wednesday, normally people put it out so they don't forget. Well, what was the windiest day of the week? It was Wednesday. So one of my neighbors put their trash out. I saw it as I was pulling into the house about 5 o'clock. And by the next morning, I rolled Hannah and our trash out early the next morning because it wasn't as windy. Their trash can was tipped over. There was trash everywhere.
They clean it up.
I don't know because I had to go to work. They probably didn't even know. It was before the sun rises. But I just knew it, and I was looking around, and almost nobody had put their trash out. Normally by Wednesday, 2:30, 3 o'clock, people are starting to put it out, just so you don't forget, right? There's no harm in leaving it at the curb. But this person did, and it was all, and I have to drive that way. There was one bag on their front yard, so it had blown, the trash luckily blew backwards, but then there were a couple that had blown into a neighbor's yard, just like loose trash that wasn't in a bag, or the bag ripped. So, yeah.
And then it gets stuck on a fence, it'll get just
or in the
positioned
bush.
up against it, yeah.
We've got a couple bushes, they haven't come in yet. You see all the snow when it melts, and you see all the litter. And it's not because necessarily people are trying to be malicious, but litter gets out, trash gets out, and then when the plows push in those big parking lots, the snow all into one place. When it melts, there's cups, and it's just a mess. So now our neighborhood's going to look like that. But there you go, Genius Award. Kerri gave JP. Do you have one?
Oh, I kind of briefly spoke on it this morning when I went to Quick Start and I got my coffee, and the guy's like, "Do you have your rewards card?" And I said, "You sure bet I am," which makes no sense. It's like sometimes when you go to Quick Start, their tagline for the employees is like, "See you next time." And I always screw up. I'm like, thanks. What? No, that's not the right response either.
See you next time.
You think in a business where we get paid to speak, I would be more coherent.
I have, back in the day, Hannah and I went into a Subway restaurant, and they were doing a football promotion of some sort, and I wanted to order a foot-long meatball, and I called it a football meatwad. because I was looking at the sign, and to this day, Hannah still will refer to anything that's meatball related as a football meatwad.
I like that.
So, I nominate myself for my stupid. I spelled "for" wrong. I spelled it right, but I used it in the wrong context. I was writing to a student from Jessup High School who wants to do a job shadow. He's probably doing better grammar-wise than me. I said, which of our 4 stations, F-O-R, as in, not the right spelling. So, yeah. Then Kerri pointed out I often misspell stuff.
Not often, but...
No, I do. On our internal emails, I often type too fast and don't go back and proofread. All right, this was Carol left us a message. Her Genius Award. You can tap the Be on the Radio button to leave a Genius Award. They don't just happen Friday mornings. They happen whenever. So when a Genius Award hits you, tap the Be on the Radio button and we'll play it back on a Friday.
So my Genius Award was just this morning. I needed to take a different vehicle to work this morning. And I walked out of the house with the wrong set of keys.
Uh-oh.
Standing at the vehicle that I'm supposed to be taking to work, clicking the unlock button, and can't figure out. I tried the door several times. I'm clicking the button. The other vehicle keeps beeping, and I'm standing there thinking, why is the other vehicle beeping? This is the vehicle that should be beeping. Genius, right?
That is. That's funny. But we got one from Preston. Preston wrote in and said, the other day, I'm not going to say where he was eating. The other day I was having dinner and I left. My wife said she had left her purse behind. I went in and grabbed a purse from a booth and it wasn't hers.
It's almost like a thief. If you're sitting there, you would think that you're a thief stealing a purse.
I just came in, so I didn't pre-read this. I went back in and gave the purse back, and they had my wife's purse at the lost and found.
Oh,
can you imagine? The poor woman's probably in the bathroom or something.
Comes out and it's gone.
Can you imagine getting back to the car? Honey, that's not my purse.
oh my God.
The look of terror in his eyes when he realized it was the wrong one.
Yeah, that is great. Thank you, Preston. You took one for the team on that. I'm sure all guys have had to go face to face with their spouse's purse, and even though we probably see it, we don't know what they look like, because I don't think I could point out one of my wife's purses. She'll send me to the purse. She'll say, "Can you get my checkbook?" Whatever. And I'll go over to her purse and get it, but I don't know if I'd be able to pick it out of a purse lineup.
Purse lineup.
Thanks for the genius.
Are you ready? It's time to play Gender Bender on Marks in the Morning. Hey, Johnny Marks, who are our contestants today?
Well, as always, we'd love when you play in the car. We love when you play along and, whatever. But call in and play. Let's meet our contestants that have done just that. Ben from Waterloo's on line 1. How are you doing, Ben?
Good. How about you?
I'm good, thank you. Ready for a weekend, no doubt about it. Your opponent is calling in from Sumner. She's over on line 4. Jackie, how are you today?
I'm great.
I'm glad to hear that. Hey, Ben, do you have any weekend plans?
Not really.
No, that's all right. Sometimes those are the best weekends. How about you, Jackie? Got anything going on?
Yeah, I'm spending time with the grandkids.
Oh, there we go. That'll be fun. And I hope it's great and relaxing. And I hope you both have a good weekend. One of you will have a little more to talk about this weekend because you're going to win Gender Bender. The game is simple. Ben and Jackie, who have both played before, will each get 3 questions aimed at the opposite gender. Ben will get his questions from Kerri, Jackie from JP, and whoever has better score wins. Pretty simple, but there is a tiebreaker should we need it. Ben, you got in first this morning, so are you going first or is Jackie?
She can go first.
All right, Jackie, JP, good luck.
I've noticed 99% of the time that the men always let the ladies go first.
Yes, they do. And it doesn't, sometimes it backfires. I mean, look at our ladies are winning 24-20 on the year, but good luck.
All right, Jackie, a plastic replica of a deer used to lure other deer into a shooting range is known as a what?
I should know this because my guys in the family hunt. Is it a decoy?
Yes, indeed.
And if you're just really a deer fan, you just put them in your yard. And you go, oh, look at the deer. No? Nobody does that?
Yeah, you could
you could shoot them.
Well, yeah, then you could kick them, whatever you want. They're not going to run.
Nope.
All right, Jackie, what does ESPN stand for? What's the acronym?
Let's see. Entertainment Station. I have no clue on that one.
That's hard.
You got the first word, Entertainment and Sports Programming Network.
I always thought it was every sports possible network.
That's what it is. So you'll turn on the weekend, you'll see a bags tournament being played.
Yeah, and if you go to ESPN 2 or 12 or whatever, they got all sorts of weird stuff. All right, a possible two correct if you get this one, Jackie. Good luck.
In baseball, what is the term for a home run with runners on every base?
Is it RBI?
You'd have 4 RBIs in this situation. That'd be a grand slam.
Grand
Oh,
slam.
okay.
All right, well, Jackie, that's all right. Let's see how Ben does with his questions. Kerri is fired up and ready to ask him. Good luck.
Yes, I am. Okay. What is the best-selling toy of all time? Barbie doll, Mr. Potato Head, or a Slinky?
Let's go Barbie doll.
Yes.
That makes sense. First of all, they've been around forever.
Barbie's birthday was this week, 1959.
Oh, she looks good for being,
It's a lot of plastic surgery.
all right.
I'll be...
Nice job.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. Kind of in the line of ESPN, but more on something that I know a bit more about. True or false? The Real Housewives series is on Bravo.
True.
Yes.
Also true, nobody but Kerri cares.
I bet there's plenty of guys out there who watch Real Housewives.
I can't think of one guy friend that I know that watches that.
You don't have your buddy call you up on a Wednesday or whenever it's over and go, my God, did you see what... I don't even know any of the people on there. Oh, yeah.
It's like wrestling, if I may say so myself. Someone threw over a table once.
Oh, there we go.
So this has kind of been one of the hottest stories of the entire week, of the entire year, pretty much. The Meghan Markle interview with Oprah Winfrey. Can you name Meghan Markle's sister-in-law?
No.
That's all right.
I guess he's right, kind of. Can you name it? No, I can't. That's correct. He can't do it.
It's Kate Middleton.
We would have also accepted Pippa Middleton.
Oh, yeah, Pippa.
Yeah. Hey, that's all right, man. You didn't need that one. That was a more or less a bonus question. You got 2 out of 3, which is all you needed to win. So Ben is our last winner of the week. And Jackie will start up again on Monday. You're welcome to call in and try again, okay?
All right. Good job, Ben.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah, thank you.
We appreciate it. Have a great day. Jackie, we appreciate it so much. Ben, congrats. Hey, you said you had nothing to do this weekend. You can just sit around and talk to all your friends. You can text them all about Real Housewives or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, right.
Well, at least you know the network it's on. Hang on, we'll get your info. Thanks to Silver Eagle, our sponsor this week on Gender Bender. We'll start up again next week with Mud and Honey. Returning as our gender. I will never do that again. It's Marks in the Morning. It's Marks in the Morning. Dad Jokes 101. Coming up in just a little bit here. Starting up on Monday at about this time, a little later, 8:15. So 8:08 right now. We're going to give away Eli Young Band tickets all next week. A couple of tickets. They're pods, so... We have the quad pod we're giving away to somebody who applied on the, or entered to win. It sounds better than applied on the K92.3 app. In fact, we're going to pick that winner today. But next week, we're going to have a pair pod. I don't know. It's not as fun to say, but it's still 2 tickets to go see the Eli Young Band in March, later this month, the 24th at the Alliant Energy Powerhouse down in Cedar Rapids. So listen up for your chances to win next week. We're going to play a game called BYOB for EYB, and all the details will go up on the app later. I won't bother you with that now, but it's very simple, and it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, Kerri is looking for a little vengeance on your old good-looking buddy, Johnny Marks, after last week, right? What did you do? You used all St. Patty's Day dad jokes 2 weeks out.
Yeah, she thought this week was going to be St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I've never committed to a theme, and I thought, wow, I'm finally committing to a theme, and these are all hilarious. The Shamrock joke?
It was good. But
it was good. You're too
premature.
early. So I'm guessing today you're going to have Christmas jokes?
I'm done. I'm quitting. No.
You know what? I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you... It's Friday. You know it's Friday on Marks in the Morning when we do Dad Jokes 101.
Hey, this is Jalen, and my dad thinks he's the king of dad jokes.
I am.
No, not really. It's time for Johnny and Kerri to try to make him laugh with today's dad joke.
That is indeed true. JP is here, our resident dad. That was his daughter, Jalen, who is driving now. That's got to scare you as a dad.
No accidents yet, though.
No? Is she done, or does she still have to keep doing driver's ed?
She is driving twice this weekend instead of once, trying to knock them all out. So bright and early tomorrow morning, she'll be up at the high school, and then Sunday afternoon.
Speaking of knocking things out, you can knock out a few IPAs, and she can drive you home.
Technically, I could. I'd feel terrible, though.
Yeah,
what if she got pulled over for maybe just running a stop sign, and I'm hammered in the passenger seat?
Honey, I can go. The stop sign is green.
But I've heard of parents my age, their kids will do that. Once they are of legal driving age, they'll call them up and come pick them up at the bar, which is smart. I mean, that's not drunk driving.
It's a good way to avoid a DWI or, God forbid, somebody getting hurt. All right, well, we're going to get to it here. What we do is Kerri and I take turns telling dad jokes in their simplest form, and JP decides which joke is better. And yes, it's a race to get to 2 out of 3. Kerri Mack was defeated last week. She has been working all week on jokes that aren't St. Patrick's Day, because last week you went with the St. Patrick's Day theme.
Yeah, there's no theme this time.
No. You want to kick us off there?
You know what? She gave me a dad joke off the air. You were out of the studio, Johnny, but she read one to me that didn't make her list, and I thought it was great.
Oh, no.
I thought that was a good one, Kerri. And she didn't think that one was good enough.
She's being hyped up here. All right, Kerri, you go first then.
Okay. Oh, no, I'm so nervous.
She's psyched out. Look what you've done.
Yeah,
Thank you, JP.
you psyched me out. I'm a huge fan of true crime. Do you like true crime, JP?
Never heard of it.
Okay.
So this one's going to bomb.
Oh, no. Oh.
No, but did you hear about that one case, that one... no, within minutes the detectives knew what the murder weapon was. You want to know why? It was a briefcase.
Okay, that's good.
You guys psyched me out.
The punchline was good. You just had trouble getting the setup
You
through.
guys kept making me nervous.
Oh, man, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah,
that was pretty funny. Hey, JP, I don't know. Your daughter's a huge Taylor Swift fan. I know by default you are too. And of course, country fans are well aware of her work. Nashville, an artist just unveiled a Taylor Swift mural. And it's crazy. It looks so much like her that cats keep approaching it for adoption.
Kerri's getting that one.
Thank you. That was peak.
I haven't seen the Cats movie. I know that she was in it.
No, it's more that she has
She
1,000
loves cats.
Oh, see,
Your
that one went over my head. I was thinking of the Cats musical movie.
Your daughter would be rolling on the floor with laughter. RFOL. Okay.
Yeah.
Kerri, you're up again.
I know she has 3 cats. I can't. Olivia's one of the names.
You know them?
But because my daughter knows this.
But if you know that she has cats, okay. All right. I'll accept. Kerri Mack, you're up. You get the point, so you go again.
Yeah. Before I started working in radio, I actually wanted to get into the shoe business.
Did you?
I used to work in a shoe recycling shop.
Oh.
It was soul destroying.
That is the epitome of a dad joke, though. That's a good one.
Thank you.
Well, we talked about Taylor Swift. Are you familiar with the hip hop star Common, JP?
Yeah, he's an actor too. Yeah.
Common turns 49 tomorrow, and he's celebrating with 2 of his friends, Typical and Ordinary.
That's good. That's pretty good.
Typical.
You're going to cry at your own joke. You're just loosening it over there. That could be the best one yet.
No, wait, do I have to go again? Oh, hang on.
Yeah, compose yourself, sir.
All right.
Typical and ordinary.
Okay.
Is tomorrow really his birthday?
Yeah, he's 49. Okay, I will give you. I'm going to do a St. Patrick's Day one since it's actually coming up this week. JP, what do you call those leprechauns who collect aluminum cans, newspapers, plastic bottles? What do you call them?
What do you call them?
Well, those are wee cyclers. Yeah, wee cyclers.
Oh, that's good.
Did I mention Common's brothers or his buddies, Typical and Ordinary, are coming over? All right.
Went to the well too many times on that one, Johnny.
I had to.
JP, you and I are so excited for spring, right?
Yes.
We're so excited we wet our plants.
That's good. Kerri gets that one.
That was pretty good.
So she gets 2 out of 3.
Oh, congratulations, Kerri.
And you get 2 out of 3, don't you? No, wait. No, that doesn't make sense.
I was going to say,
I thought you were doing another joke.
I'm like, that's bad math, Kerri.
That's bad math, and you're a bad friend for rubbing it in that you've won. I'll just go sit over here with my friends Ordinary.
Oh, those were great jokes today. I think this was the best round we've had.
I think so. And you know what? We were able to do some topical stuff. So very good. We each get an extra point. It's Marks in the Morning. Let's talk about something that you believe so strongly in, but maybe it's silly or irreverent, and it's one of the hills that you die on. We'll explain here coming up. And we've already gotten quite a few of these on Facebook, so we'll get into this next on Charles City, West Union. We've gotten a lot more messages from people in Northeast now, further Northeast, since we became 92.3. Thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate it. I'm going to give you the 9 best words you can hear on a Friday morning. The bathroom in the men's room is working again. JP, the maintenance team came in.
Oh, my gosh.
And fixed it.
It didn't take them very long.
No, and quick story here. 2 weeks ago now, I walked into the men's room, and we have 3 stalls. One's a urinal. That's a fun word. And there was a little bit of a puddle.
Oh, Johnny, I'm sorry they didn't make it there in time.
No,
that's what I thought happened.
That's every other day. But this time I did make it there in time and gasped as I saw the toilet was reciprocating.
It was percolating.
It was like, oh, you can do this. I can do this too.
It was like the leave a penny, take a penny.
Anyways, it was not pleasant, so they came and fixed it, which is great. I mean, immediately we got the water stopped, but now it's working again.
Well, and I've been here 2 years now, and that toilet I've never used because it never works. There's always something wrong with that one.
Yeah, that one's known as I won't say it on the radio, but it makes sense when you hear it. I'll give you another 9 words that we all love. It's Friday, and the weekend is just about here. Maybe you're going to be hanging out with friends or family or chatting with them, and, you have to have conversations. Well, every now and then a conversation turns into a debate or an argument. And so let's play off of that with a little topic here that Kerri and I started yesterday off the air that we thought, this is good. We got to talk about this on the air. What is a hill you die on? Meaning a stance you take on something that's probably irreverent to most or even irrelevant to most, but you believe in it so strongly. Kerri spouted out yesterday 4-day work weeks. And a lot of people in your age group, like late millennial or Gen Z, are really big on a 4 and 3, 4-day work week, 3-day weekend. Hey, I would love it. I'm not sure how it would work. I know some states or businesses maybe have experimented with it, but it's an interesting hill to die on.
It's not the hill I will die on the most, but it's something that I'm very passionate about because it's just like college. Because in college, you had classes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And if your professor was an awful person, you had a class on Friday. So if anyone has a class on Friday today, I'm very sorry about that.
Okay.
See, I always had Friday classes in college. I mean, I didn't know that was a thing, that classes were only Monday through Thursday.
I did too. I went to 2 different colleges, one a technical school, one the University of Minnesota. We always met Fridays. But I know what you mean, because if anything was going to get scrapped, it was a Friday class.
Yep.
But I always had at least one.
Mm-hmm. Because the classes are like Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Thursday. When I was younger, when I was an underclassman, like freshman, sophomore year, I would have Friday classes maybe like once or twice a semester. But
I'd never heard of this atrocity.
We
always had Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Tuesday, Thursday were like the lab days.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You had your, what do you call them? Lectures.
Yeah.
3 days. All right. I do like I never thought of it from a school aspect, though, but I do like the idea of a 4-day work week.
Oh, hell yeah.
Which day, not to go too far into this, which day would you take off? Friday or Monday? Which would you snip off the work week?
Friday, because thirsty Thursday.
Okay, all right.
See, I would take Wednesday off. I'd split it up.
Put it in the middle of the week.
I'd split the week up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't like that one bit. I don't like it one bit.
Oh, yeah. Go 2 days, get a day off. Go 2 days, get 2 days off.
Oh. Well, you've given me much to think about this weekend. All right, very interesting. One of our employees here banked up all of his time off last year. A lot of people did because of COVID, but he banked it all up and then took every Friday off in 1 month, and I think he had enough left over for 2 months. Not the whole 2 months, but he took every Friday off.
I never caught on to that. He did?
Yeah, it was a pain in the butt.
I guess I never even realized that.
JP, that's what we're doing.
It wasn't me. At first I thought, wait, was that me?
No, it was somebody else. All right. JP, do you have one? Do you have any sort of just stance you need to take?
Mine deals a lot with driving, and I've brought this up before. turning your signal on. I know you don't have to legally turn your signal on, but I hate it when people don't signal when they turn.
Even when they're switching lanes?
Yes. And I hate it when they don't dim their lights at night.
Yeah.
That drives me insane.
I wonder if you've ever approached my wife on the road.
And it's not because it's not because a courtesy thing where you should do it. It's because it physically hurts my eyes. And this is a me getting older type thing. Those bright lights.
No, I get you.
Man, those just really stun my eyeballs.
I get you. I'm
They
right
really
there with
stink.
you. Ranch dressing is terrible, and I won't apologize, says David on our Facebook page.
Ooh,
I just
that's
wanted to throw that one out there because, Kerri responded. What were you going to say, Kerri?
I responded to him on Facebook, and I said,
You said
"Now that's a hot take."
take. Well, David made me think of one, and you made me think of it the other day, too. It's not a stance, but I just think ketchup's overused as a condiment. People put it on everything. It has no business being anywhere near a steak. French fries, great. That's fine. It's like chips and salsa. It's got to go with something, but I feel like it's overused. And maybe you could make the same argument about ranch. By default, it's a salad dressing. So does it need to go on everything else but chicken wings? Come on.
Yeah, that was the one thing I was going to say.
that.
You have to have it on chicken wings.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm new to Iowa. I'm new to the love for ranch that seems to be prevalent around here. Do we need to put ranch on our pizza? The
crust.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
It doesn't Papa Murphy. No, one of the Papas, John's, Murphy's, one of them sends ranch as a dipping sauce, I believe. I think you have to ask for it. But they send it in the box if you ask. It's free. Maybe it's Domino's. I don't know. I don't get a lot of pizza. Pineapple and sauerkraut don't belong on pizza. That's Nick's. Nick said that on our Facebook page. Sauerkraut, I think I would agree with. But pineapple, that's a hot take, too, if I may say. Because you'll meet people that love it and people that hate it. Fruit Loops don't belong on pizza.
Oh.
Looking at you.
Anything with sugar
Fong's
on it
pizza?
does not belong on a pizza.
No. By the way, we wouldn't have to go far to get that Fong's pizza. Everybody's talking about Des Moines. It was on the Today Show. They have one in Cedar Rapids, and the Cedar Rapids one has the Fruit Loop pizza.
Oh.
Just saying.
I know what we're doing this weekend.
Nick, not Nick. You don't want to be called Nick. Nicole says everyone should have to put in at least a year of working with the general public. Retail, food service, whatever. That's interesting.
I agree. Yeah. Nicole, you nailed that one.
Yeah.
I think everybody in the studio has. I know JP and I have just bantered casually. I'll say it. I used to work at McDonald's. It was a great job. I got nothing negative to say. Probably 2 years of my life between radio stints on and off. I was there once, came back. And I would agree. You do get to know people in a different way.
Yeah.
Here's a good, I'm not sure what the term would be, but if someone is rude to a waiter or waitress, that person generally is not a good person. Mm-hmm. If you are with someone, whether it's a date or a friend, and they're just rude to the wait staff, they're generally just not a good person in life.
No, you're right. I think that's a good indicator that this may not be the one.
Yeah.
And if it is, then you might not be a good person.
That's a major red flag. I'm overly nice to the wait staff. Johnny saw me yesterday. I was like, "Hey, how are you?"
Kerri and I swung by our friends at Whiskey Road. They're our friends because we've been there a couple of times. And she got, what do you get? What is it called?
Moscow Mule.
Moscow Mule. And they're always very nice. Of course, then Kerri, after a couple, threw the glass at the guy. She's like, another one, barkeep. And he's like, I have to cut you off. He couldn't have been nicer about it, though.
Yes.
And by the way, thanks to Rich for helping me carry Kerri back to her.
I had 2 Moscow Mules.
Some of that might not have happened. All right, we are going to move on, but this is posted on Facebook. That's the question. We're getting a lot of response. You can chime in on somebody else's if you want. We just had somebody say, how about 3 days on, 4 days off? Well, there you go. We'll be back on Marks in the Morning with some sports, some news, and some music. Chris Young's next. Yeah, it's Marks in the Morning. There's a fun Friday song. Chris Jansen, Fix a Drink. A couple minutes after 9 o'clock and 38 degrees. We got some information on Ragbri, the Waterloo stop, July 28th. That we already knew. That was public knowledge, actually from last year. But we found out one of the big bands playing. Are we allowed to say? Can we say it?
I don't know. I'm going to let you say it. So that way you'll get in trouble.
Well, I will. I'll tell you. Here's what I'll tell you. To check the K92.3 app a little later, because I do want to say it, but I also don't want to get in trouble. But Lindsay was nice enough to come in from Experience Waterloo.
Yeah, the marketing director. Yes.
Yeah, she's great. Of course, you have a long relationship with her as a radio person for about 20 years in the area. And it was nice to see her. And she did tell us, I'm pretty sure she said we could say it, but I was a little teased to go to our app a little later on. Kerri did a great story already on Rag Bryce. We'll have a follow-up on that. I'll double-check with Lindsay. I was going to ask her something else anyways, and we'll see. Hint, hint, to check that later. But, yeah. And speaking of here, it's a weekend, guys. Any big plans? Kerri, you got anything going on today or tomorrow or Sunday?
I'm ordering the pizza that I always order on Friday.
It's a margarita pizza?
The margarita pizza.
Not doing the meat. It's Friday.
Yes.
That's awesome. So it's a margarita pizza from where?
Urban Pie. Oh, I'm so excited.
On the same line of things, I'm sure I'll be drinking a margarita tonight.
One margarita, two margaritas. Okay, so you're doing are you seriously, or do you have any other plans?
No, I think the kids want to rent that new Raya and the Last Dragon that's on Disney Plus or Paramount, one of them. I think it's $30. But that's what I thought too. But think of it: if the theaters were still open in wide capacity, I'd be spending that much going to a theater with the three kids anyways.
I guess.
And this way we can sit at home. They like when I make malts, we'll make malts and have popcorn. So it's
fun.
like a theater at home experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have someone in the back just kicking their seat.
But we won't but we're not going to be watching it tonight. Maybe tomorrow night. 'Cause tonight's Iowa Hawkeyes are playing at 8:00.
That's right.
Big Ten tournament.
Hawkeye basketball action, and I'm sure they'll be watching for Sunday as well. Mm-hmm. The announcement, the March tournament or the March Madness. I don't really know what we're doing this weekend. We were talking about a couple things. We'll probably grill for sure Saturday. Tomorrow's going to be the nicer of the 2 days. But otherwise, really nothing. And I'm just ready to go out and do more stuff. I'm ready to, go downtown, Cedar Falls or Waterloo, get a beer, have dinner out. But Hannah's not there yet, so I think we'll probably be at home most of the weekend.
Well, you don't have to take her. I'm just saying.
Hey, intern skyscraper, you're old enough to drink. Let's go. What do you want? It's on you.
Bottomless mimosas.
Yeah, that's right. He was the one that told us about those last week. Well, whatever you got going on, we'd love to hear from you. You can tap the message button on the K92.3 app and tell us what you got going on this weekend. And maybe inspire us or anybody else to do something. We all have Netflix, right? Everybody in the studio has Netflix?
Yes.
Yeah.
How many in the studio? Raise your hand if you're not paying for Netflix. You're getting it through somebody else. Oh,
but
one hand went up.
Here's the thing. I was paying for it by myself, but then my parents got the account, and I was like, you just keep your account. I'm going to be trying to make money, so you can do that for me, please.
Netflix is not thrilled about people sharing their passwords. I'll tell you this. Hannah and I have her freeloading sisters on our account.
Sisters.
And my mom, who never uses it, is also on there. So we have 4 profiles. You maybe remember in 2018, Netflix said they were considering consumer-friendly ways of stopping people from sharing passwords, and now they're actually taking the first step. Some people have already received messages on the screen saying, start your own Netflix for free today. A little passive-aggressive kind of Iowa way of telling them, hey, wouldn't you like to support us by paying for it? I don't know if you've seen that. Have you seen it?
I've seen it.
Oh, no, you got popped.
It just feels like that moment when your parents tell you to, move out of the house, pack your bags. We've been helping you.
It's like a little nudge. Netflix, they are going broke, though. They're only worth $125 billion.
I know, right?
So this was their plan, though. They're going to let everyone share the passwords, get hooked on their product, run Blockbuster and Family Video to the ground, and now we're going to come after you.
Well, here it goes a little further. What's going to happen next is you'll be asked to confirm your account by entering a validation code. That'll be sent to the owner's account, text, email, however they want. But for now, there's also an option that says verify later, which lets you continue watching and moves you along as if the alert never came up.
Well, and even if they send this 4-digit code or whatever to the owner's account, you just text your buddy and say, hey, what's that code? They're going to ask you.
The reason Netflix is getting on people for this is there was a study done, an independent study, 1,500 Americans, 40% of those folks admitted they're mooching off of somebody else's account. Most of them said a parent, others said an ex, and some said friends. They dug a little deeper. 33% of those that said they're mooching are doing it without the permission of the account owner. So if Netflix is able to even get 33% of people to start paying, or a number of people to start paying, and some do stand up and vouch, send that verification code, they're going to make more money. This all comes on the heels of Disney Plus after, a year? Having over 100 million subscribers. So I'm sure they're feeling the pressure from Disney Plus, and now there's Peacock and Discovery Plus and Paramount Plus, everything with a plus. And Hulu's been a thing for a while, so there you go. I just thought I'd update you if you sign on to Netflix tonight, and Netflix is like, hey, buddy, about this account you're watching us on, I know you love Bridgerton. I know you love it.
We've noticed you're streaming 13 things at the same time.
But so does everybody else on your account. So what's up? Now you'll know why. It's a good thing. It's Marks in the Morning. It's a good thing. We got some rain this week and not snow. We'll have to see if that holds this weekend. Might be a little of both in the forecast. Hey, before we get to Weird News Rodeo, which is coming up in just a moment, we got a lot of messages on our app. Thank you so much for chiming in. We were asking you what you're doing this weekend. We were also talking about Netflix passwords. Chad said, check out Tubi. They have a lot of movies and it's free. I have the Tubi app on my iPad, and I've checked it out. They do have a lot of good stuff.
How do you spell Tubi?
It's with an I, so Tubi.
Okay.
Like tube, like TV, but with an I at the end. Dylan wrote in and he says, I'll be working this weekend at Derringer's in Cedar Falls doing security. Say hi if you run into me. Most of those bouncer types you don't want to run into actually physically, but they're usually pretty nice if you just chat with them. What is Matt doing this weekend? Well, he's going to go see Lee Bryce. He won tickets with us earlier in the month. Congratulations, Matt. Lee Bryce is at the Five Flag Center tomorrow night in Dubuque. That should be a fun show. And thank you so much for chiming in. We appreciate it. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. We'll get you there with Weird News Rodeo, James's favorite segment of the week, my favorite segment of the week, and Kerri Max indifferent to it.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite. I'm kidding.
What?
I love it.
9 out of 10 kittens prefer this segment to a ball of yarn. So there you go.
Well, today's story does not deal with kittens. It deals with a dog.
Oh.
And there's a video to coincide with this. If it's not up on the K92.3 app now, we'll get up there shortly.
Yeah,
but
it'll go up in about 2 seconds.
this video was posted on Instagram. It shows a pit bull running up to a bison in Yellowstone National Park. It does not end well for the dog, but don't worry, the dog survived.
Oh, okay.
It's not clear whether this pit bull escaped from the vehicle or if it was let out by its owners, but the bison doesn't even charge really. It just kind of lowers its head. The dog runs right into it and goes flying. Imagine if I was running on a football field and I run into a 350-pound lineman. It'd be the same situation. I would go flying backwards. I'm not quite sure what this dog expected. If you're running up to a 1-2 ton beast, I mean, dogs probably have a complex, especially a pit bull thinks it's larger than life, but it just takes off after this bison. The bison's like, "Are you serious? Really? You're coming at me,
that
bro?"
dog really should have hit the pause button.
Dad jokes was last hour, John.
Oh, sorry.
He had his tail between his legs.
Yeah.
But once this dog just gets walloped by this bison's head, it immediately turns and runs back to the car.
Well, a smart dog. At least he knew not to try it again. The dog should have just yelled at the bison, "Oh, you guys are going extinct."
In the video, after the dog it doesn't really get attacked. It just runs into this bison. But the woman, I'm assuming it's the owner of the dog, yells out, "Richard!" Like, is the dog's name Richard, or is she yelling at her husband?
Richard probably let the dog.
You're not quite sure who, but I'm like, I think they named their pit bull Richard? Really?
I hope not.
But you can watch the video. I think Johnny just posted it on the app.
Yeah. Richard the dog. Richard. Okay, well, I can't say that. All right, it's Marks in the Morning. I think we're all thinking the same thing. No? Okay.
But if you're a dog owner and you see a bison standing there, why would you let it out of the vehicle? Why?
I don't know.
If it escaped, that's a different story, but it sounds like they let the dog out.
Who?
Yeah.
Richard.
Do you think they're like, "Bye, son"?
Nice. That was good.
You guys have better jokes now than you do for dad jokes.
Hey, all the claws are coming out.
All right, I'm going to stop talking. I'll be a hush puppy. It's Marks in the Morning.
Stop.
I have no choice. We have to move on.
This is really rough.
Okay, news and weather. Thank you. Coming up next, it's Marks in the Morning on K92.3. You're going to be a household fixture on our show next week. Marks in the Morning. We've got tickets all next week, Monday through Friday. We'll celebrate St. Patrick's Day and Eli Young Band by giving away tickets at 8:15 on this very show. We're going to play a game called BYOB for EYB. In a nutshell, and I'll explain this more Monday, and obviously as we play throughout the week. But myself or James or Kerri, we're going to give out 3 different types of beer, and you need to tell us what country those beers are from. So if I said Labatt Blue, you'd know that's Canada. If I said Busch Light, well, that's a good old American beer. You don't have to tell me the state or anything like that. No, we don't have to get that specific. I need the province in Australia where Foster's comes from. No, just the country. So it'll be fun. I'll give you 3. You give me all 3, you win. If you don't, you might be helping out the next guy or gal that calls in, because we're just going to move right on down the phone lines till all 3 of those beers have been verified with their country. Couldn't be easier. It couldn't be more fun, and couldn't get us more in the mood for St. Patty's Day, which is, of course, on Wednesday. All right, it's 9:40. We're just about out of time here. We've got one more Nashville News Minute coming up, and we've got 30 minutes coming up of nonstop country music. We kind of told you about our weekends. You were telling us about your weekend. We got another message on our K92.3 app. This one comes from Jackson, who says, I'm going out of town this weekend. And so I wrote him back and I said, where are you going? He said he's going to La Crosse, Wisconsin. That's like going to a foreign country up there in Wisconsin. Good luck.
For me growing up, that was the big city for us. When I growing up in Waukon, the northeast corner of the state, we bordered Minnesota and Wisconsin. So La Crosse was always our big city
La Crosse
to go to.
is a beautiful town. I like giving them a hard time. They're much like Waterloo. It's a river town. You know, river towns, everything that crops up around a river, you get a lot of old and you get a lot of new buildings and such that have been there forever. And then new buildings or buildings that replace the old buildings. But I messaged him back because I have a little experience with La Crosse. I, too, when I worked in Decorah years ago, used to go to La Crosse all the time, for the big city if I didn't want to come down to Cedar Falls or wanted something new. And there's a lot of breweries there. There's some good breweries down by the river. And Wisconsin's pretty laxed, I think, on their COVID restrictions, so you should have no problem. But he said he was going to visit a friend or something. So there you go. All right, we'll be back in just a little bit. Kerri Mack, do you want to give us the tease for our last Nashville News Minute of the week?
Yes, I'll give you a bit of a tease with this tea. The ACM Awards are on their way, but we also know who the hosts are.
Oh.
I'm so excited.
We'll find out next on Marks in the Morning. Also music from Garth Brooks' new song with Trisha Yearwood. Their cover of Shallow, the Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga song now.